Hi, I'm Lynn.
Hi there. Hi. Good to see all your faces. I'm kind of like trying to see who's on here. Of course, I have Holly, Jennifer, and is Erin? Erin's not on, is she? I don't see her. I didn't talk to her, so I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to go over like 3 main things for you guys because during this next 2 weeks, you're going to get, a Facebook assignment, kind of like something to help you with posts, which is very important with what you're doing because you need to be very, out there in social media world sharing what you're doing. And you're going to get just some information every day. It might be a video. It might be just something for you to go check out, a post, whatever. So that's kind of how the training will work if this is the first time you've ever been in one of the groups of mine for the training. But tonight, I'm sure you've talked to your upline coach. You've gone over things that you need to be going over with them. But the 3 things I want to hit for you guys tonight is your why, personal development, and inviting. Because that kind of seems to be like the 3 things that every coach struggles with. And I always know when my coaches are kind of at a point where they're like kind of, something's not quite right. And I can tell you right off the bat, I know they're not doing their personal development. And if you're a new coach and you're like, personal development, I understand. I thought that was weird. Like, I didn't need self-help books, or I didn't need to do this, and that. And I did. I thought that was strange. But I will tell you, for 2 years, I did none of it. And when I did finally plug into it, that's when I saw a huge change in my business because I changed me. And that's where the change has to happen. And that's for everybody in this business. Your transformation starts from the inside out. And for you to be able to help other people, you have to go through that process as well. So I'm going to hit those 3 things for you. And then I have a quick little slide on inviting, because that seems to be a thing our newer coaches get really hung up on too, because you're scared to death. You don't know what to say. You don't know who you should be inviting. You don't know where you should go to do the inviting. And I'm going to go through that and share that with you guys. So the first thing is your why. And when your coach asks you what your why is, you're like, well, I want to help people. Well, you're a Beachbody coach, and that's a given. That's an absolute given. We all are here to help people. But you have to have some reason that you're going to show up and you're going to do this even when you don't feel very good, or your kids are sick, or you have piles of laundry like piling up and your sink is full of dishes, and the washer and dryer are broken, and just life happens. But you are still going to do the things that you need to do to move your business forward. So if you don't have like that fire in your belly thing that's going to make you do this, other than just helping people, because that's what we do every day. But I can go and donate clothes to Goodwill. I can go and serve at a shelter. I can go do lots of other things to help people. But what's this thing that, helps me to really move forward in my business and makes me get up out of bed at 4:45 in the morning when I don't even have to, but I choose to, because I love what I have been given to do. And I love that, yes, I can help people every day, but I get to change lives. What a huge, awesome opportunity that you have. And you don't want to let go of that, because you're going to have things happen. You're going to have highs, you're going to have lows in your journey as a coach. But if you hold on to that strong why, that reason why, then it's going to be easier to get past those super lows that you're going to run into, because you're going to, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. You're going to run into where you feel like, okay, I'm not very good at this, maybe. But you are. You just have to push through it, because that's just, you're an entrepreneur now. I mean, I didn't even know what the heck that even was. We went to our Super Saturday. She's like, I still don't even know how to spell it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, there's Erin. We both look at each other. I'm like, I don't either. So, I mean, that is what you are. So you have to understand that this is not like a straight shot to success. This is a roller coaster ride. It's got the dips, it's got the highs and the lows, and all those things are going to happen. So for me, my first why, when I realized what it was I wanted to leave my job. I no longer wanted to be that extremely tired, stressed out mom. I was a third grade teacher. My husband was super busy being a teacher and a high school basketball coach. We just missed so much like family time because I had like 5 million piles of papers I had to grade. And I just found I really lost that passion for teaching. Once I really got into, I loved health and fitness. And then I found I was still teaching. I just was teaching to a different audience. So, my feelings of, sticking with teaching kind of changed, especially when I realized the income could be there. And then my eyes were totally opened and I realized I wasn't doing the things I needed to be doing to, make that happen. So I plugged into that why and wrote it big to be able to retire from my job. And when I got pregnant with my third baby, that was like a given. I'm like, I'm not going to miss out now on all of those things that you miss out on when you're a full-time working mama and you got a new baby. You miss out on those things. And I didn't want to do that. I'd already missed out on that with my first two. So it made me push even harder. And I got up early. I stayed up late. That was my why. I had a picture of my kids right there by my computer when I was doing my work for this business, and that was my push. So once I made that a reality, and this is my second year home now, I was like, you have a new why. Like once you reach those, you create a new why. So I'm like, I need another reason why I'm pushing to keep doing these things and to help other women get started and do these things, to show them that they can do this too. So, you create new whys. So my next why was we need to pay off debt. So, the income comes if you do the work. It truly, it still blows my mind that it is even where it is. It's just insane. It's insane. Like you don't even believe it. I still don't even believe some coaches when they tell me and show me what they make from this. I'm like, it's just stupid. Like it's crazy. So you have to plug into that why, guys. In it, we always say your why has to be something that makes you cry. Like I seriously got to the point where it made me push so much because I had that fire in my belly. I did not want to be that grouchy mom anymore. And I was, and it was horrible. I hated it. So that was my push. Okay. So why? That's your first thing I want you to do after we get done tonight. You may make a note, really dig down and really think about it. What is that thing that's just going to make you go all in and not let things stop you? Because it's so big, you're going to push. So I want you to think about that first. Second thing then is personal development. And good grief, I could go on about personal development for hours, but I will tell you, this is absolutely crucial. So like I said, your transformation as a coach is going to start from the inside out. And that is true, because if things are not right up here, then things aren't going to be right in your world. You're not going to be able to really help anybody because you've got things going on, and we all have things going on. We still do. And when I have, stuff going on, I do more personal development. I walk around with earbuds in my ears all the time. I mean, people don't talk to me at Walmart. I even ran into one of my coaches the other day, and she like waves at me because she sees my earbuds in. And she's like, I know what you're doing. And that's what I do. I'm always taking advantage of those moments to make myself better. And I kick myself. I'm like, why did I not do personal development when I was a teacher? Good grief. Like I want to go and take all my books and drop them in the teacher's lounge. And I'm like, here, ladies, you would all be a whole lot happier if you did this. A whole lot happier. We'd have more happy teachers in our world if they really plugged it. And I know some do personal development, but most that I worked with did not. So you need to find books that are going to help you with what you feel like you struggle with. So I'm doing this right now with my coaches who are already at diamond level, and they are building coaches and leaders on their team. And I still have to go to them and say, you have to find what's going to help you with the things you're weak on. So if you are struggling with, I'm just really not a confident person, and I was not at all, zero, major introvert. I could stay at my house all the time, not go anywhere. That is me. And I needed things that were going to help me build confidence. So things I absolutely love and will listen to, all the time. I love anything by Joel Osteen. Sorry, my kids are, of course, on bed. And The Power of I Am is awesome. The Miracle Morning for Network Marketers helped me with getting into a system. And that is a book that my coaches who are going to be working to hit the diamond rank, they will be plugging into really getting into that system. Impressions by Coit Cooper. And if you don't know any of these, I'm sure your coach can share with you guys too who those all are. Oh my gosh, there's so many. I mean, your coach can give you ideas of things that you're struggling with. So just tell your coach, hey, this is what I'm struggling with. What are some books that you can recommend that might help me with that? There's books for time management. Oh my, I need lots of those. So anything you are struggling with, but if you are a brand new coach, I always say The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy is first. GoPro is super, super good because it's talking about what you're doing. If you didn't know, you are now a network marketer. Did I know that when I became a coach? No. Had no idea what that even was. Go for No is another good one because no's are a good thing, guys. They really are. I know when you're a new coach and you hear no's, you feel defeated. You feel like, oh God, nobody is going to want to do this with me. Everybody's telling me no. But you have to realize you have taken that step and you put it in front of them. You have given them the opportunity to make that decision. If they tell you no, it was probably just not the right time, or they really just didn't really understand what it is you're inviting them to. But they may start watching your posts more, and you've planted the seed. So that might be somebody that you can say, hey, I understand you're not interested right now, but is it okay if I check back with you in like 2 months? And most of the time they're going to say, yeah, absolutely, that's fine. So they go on your list and you follow up with them. So you'll get into, finding systems and things that work for you as far as, that kind of stuff. But personal development should be happening for you. I have an awesome speaker for our team call on Thursday. Holly and Aaron that are on here actually got to hear her speak at our Super Sunday. I have Jenny, by the way. I messaged her like immediately. And I'm like, since my team was not there, we need you to speak on the team call. And she's like, oh, absolutely. So she's doing the exact thing that she did for Super Sunday. It was amazing. It will be on a national wake-up call. I know it will be. Absolutely. It was so good. But she talks about how personal development is the number one thing in her business. It's not about the fancy posts. It's not about what she's saying when she invites somebody, because all of that kind of comes together because she has herself in a really good place, and it's because of personal development. So, okay, last thing I'm going to talk about is inviting, and hopefully I can share my screen and get it to work right, which probably won't because I never do anything right with technology. I don't see it. All right, hold on. Oops. Why won't it let me do that? Sorry, I'm terrible. That was not right either. Oh wait, sorry, I'm trying to find where I put it. There we go. Do you see that? Who do I see? Can somebody like thumbs up me? You see it. I see head shaking. Okay, good. Okay. Okay. All right, so this is just like a real quick little inviting process, because I know as a new coach, when you hear inviting, that just totally freaks you out. Like you're like, what? I don't have a clue what to say to people. So I just made this to kind of go through, what you do when you're inviting and why is it not working. There we go. Okay, so first thing, guys, you need to understand When you are inviting this business, you are in a relationship business. That is what you're doing. We are not like, I'm not going to name any names of other things that just sell products, because that's the last thing you are talking about with people, because you're taking the time to get to know people. Now, we do have an awesome new way for you to message people, and I will be totally honest with you. I've been a coach for almost 6 years, and I've never used any type of script ever. But it was just brought to me just a couple months ago, and I saw it was really working for a lot of coaches. So I kind of took it, kind of made a little twist on it of my own, and it is working. And it has helped a lot of my new coaches coming in to feel confident about sending in an invite. So you'll learn about the Daily Fours. In fact, the Daily Fours video is already in this training. So if you scroll down, you can find a YouTube video that I did on the Daily Fours, and you can kind of, see how that kind of works. But it does truly make inviting to people a lot easier. Now, it says cold market, so that would be people you don't really know but you're friends with or whatever. But even as a new coach, you can take this script and you can send it to people you know. You just have to make it, coming from you, not truly a script. It just makes it really easy for you to be like, okay, that makes what I want to say so much easier. I can kind of put my own words now into it and make it really fit this person. So it still takes you through the process of taking the time to really get to know the person that you're talking to. You have to know what they're struggling with. You need to know, are they a mom? Do they work full time? What do they struggle with most? Nutrition, motivation, zero accountability. Hopefully you guys listened to the National Wake Up Call today, because Shay just totally killed it on, things that you can say to people. So if you did not listen to that yet, make sure you go back and do the playback and listen to the National Wake Up Call, because she did awesome with giving so many ideas. Asking questions. And people will say, well, what do you do when they ask, well, how much is it? I ask them another question. I don't answer them, because you know what? Somebody's going to say, oh, that's too much. Gone. Bye. Lost them. So don't answer them. Just flip it around. Just ask them another question. Say, well, what have you already tried? And how's that working for you? Or why are you not doing that anymore? I'd like that. Shay said that today. I was like, oh, I've never said that before. But there's lots of ways, guys, that you can make inviting easier by taking out the whole sell thing. Just forget that we have challenge packs. Just forget about, whatever this is, and just put your main focus on, how can I help this person? How can I build trust with them? I have no agenda when I start talking to someone. I truly take the time to get to know them and where they're at, what they've tried, what didn't work for them, and, find ways that I can, help them. So you have to take the time to do those things. Okay. And always remember your purpose. Your number one purpose in this business is help people. So a lot of coaches do free groups. Free groups are a great way to bring people in and start really building that trust with them. They get to know you a little better. They see that you do genuinely want to help them. You are in there giving them free content. You're helping them. Maybe if they're just really struggling with finding time to do a workout, you might send them a YouTube video of a quick 15-minute workout. Be like, hey, you know what? I know you're really, really stressed in the morning. Why don't you just get up 15 minutes earlier, get this 15 minutes in, and you'll start your day so much better. And that wasn't you making any money. That wasn't you making a sell. That was you showing you're just trying to find a way to help them. When you guys take the time to do that, they're going to trust you. They're going to want to do what you are doing when it comes down to it. So, I always say it's not about you. It's not about you, growing a team. It's not about you getting points for this and that. If you just take all that out of it when you get to a new person and you just focus on them and what you can do to impact their life. You also have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in what this business offers too. You have to realize, guys, you are with a company that has everything. We offer everything. for someone to be successful. We offer a chance for them to change their life. They don't just get a shake. They get an entire plan to help them to learn to eat. They get fitness. But the best part is they get you. They get accountability. And that's the full package deal. And there isn't anything out there that can compete with that. Nothing. So you don't want to, compare yourself with any other company, brand, anything else. Just focus on what you have to offer someone. There's no other you. There's only you, and what you have to offer is an awesome thing. So you have to believe that. What was the other thing? Okay. So I basically kind of said that. All right. So a big part of this with personal development too is to help you to overcome fear, because I will tell you, even where I am in this business, I still have some fear every once in a while about things. Maybe I'm not doing things the right way, or, oh my gosh, that coach is doing this, I'm not doing that yet. And that's just so silly. It's so silly. All that does is hold you back from really your main purpose of what you're doing in this business, and what everybody else is doing is okay. Just focus on you, but you have to get over the fear of doing invites, because if you're not inviting, nothing's going to be happening for you. Nobody's going to be joining any groups. Nobody's going to join your team. You have to take that step. You have to invite to them. You have to remember too that by taking the step of inviting, you are getting to the step of creating freedom for you and your family. That is like my ultimate goal, what I want for people. And I love that Shay said this today. Either people have time or they have money, but not very often do they have both. And with this business, you can have both. And it's pretty awesome that you are a part of something that can do that for you. If you believe in it and you believe in yourself and you do the things that are right here handed to you, telling you to do. I didn't have that when I started. I did not have it. We had nothing. We had no training. So when I see all this for new coaches, I'm a little jealous, but it's a good thing. So remember, it is a relationship business. You're going to have to talk to strangers. I make myself now all the time when I'm out in public, I look at people. I smile. I talk to people. I make connections out in the real world. So it makes my life so much easier when I'm talking to people over social media. Like, it becomes so much easier. And it is crazy when you stop and look at people out in public, how often people don't talk to one another. It is crazy. It's so crazy. People just kind of go along their day and don't pay attention to other people. And I just make a real big point to do that. Even with my earbuds in, I'm still saying hi to everybody I'm passing in the aisles. And, I make a point to try to make eye contact with people I'm passing. And you just never know, who you might make a connection with. You never know. Okay, so things you want to make sure you are doing is connect with at least 3 people a day. Well, we've kind of upped to that because we now do 4. Because we do what's called the daily 4s. If you watch that video, you'll see that. You'll also get more of that in the training too. So I'm like a 10 because I up my game and I want more. So I invite at least 10 a day. So you're going to use social media. That's, my goodness, social media is insane. And, don't think that this is saturated with Beachbody. It's not. I mean, we talked to our waiter yesterday, and Erin, that's on here, she says, do you know who Beachbody is? And he's like, no. And so I'm like, there are so many people in this world that don't even know what Beachbody is. So you have to remember that. If you're still working, you've got your coworkers, you've got your spouse's coworkers, you've got to go back and look at old friends. I mean, when I started this business, I was able to reconnect with my college roommates and people I went to high school with. And, people that are coaches on my team that I went to elementary school with, and they moved away. So you just never know what people you're going to be able to reconnect with because of social media. It's awesome. If you have kids, anything that your kids are involved in, make sure you're paying attention to the other parents that are involved in those activities. I add all of them immediately. When my daughter started cheer, they had a group. I made sure I had every single one of those moms on my friends list. So you want to make sure you're doing, I don't know, is that supposed to be community? Nice, it like spelled it wrong. All right, so 3 ways to invite. I'm trying to make this snappy for all of you because I know you all have things to do too. You can do events. So you use Facebook. You can create events. If you don't know about that, guys, YouTube needs to become your best friend. The thing I could tell you to do right now is take initiative. Take initiative to learn, and don't wait for your coach to tell you what to do. Like, everything's out there. It's like in your hands. You just have to go basically like research and find it. And there are so many amazing coaches in this business that share everything. They will show you step by step how to do an event. So I use events to do my challenge groups, to invite to my challenge groups. You can do like test groups would be like if a new program comes out and you want like to be like, okay, like Country Heat comes out in July. So you can do a test group and be inviting for that. Once everybody gets that in July, then you could do that in August. So you can have a test group for that program. Do you have to do those? No. That's the cool thing. It's your business. So you can do whatever kind of, sorry, my kids are insane. You can do, anything that fits you and your personality. There's no wrong way to do those types of things. If it works for you, do it. Coaching opportunity. We do events and things to invite when we're sharing the coaching opportunity, which you guys can be a part of. I'm sure if your coaches aren't doing them, I do them twice a month. So you can invite people to those. Anything in the event, then you want to share transformations, you want to share videos, you want to share anything that's going to help those people that are inside the event to see. Like, they haven't committed yet, but they may have clicked going, but they haven't jumped in and said, okay, I want to do this yet. So sharing those things daily inside that event gets you a step closer for them to ask, okay, what exactly is this? Or what do I need to do to get started with this? So sharing all those things is important. On social media, do a post with a pic of you or a transformation pic of you. If you're using pictures off of Pinterest of like other, fitness models and things, I will be honest, most people are not motivated or inspired by that. What they are motivated and inspired by is you and your story and you being in the picture showing what you're doing. So make sure you are getting over that fear real quick, because this is your business. You're not Beachbody. You're you. And it's about what you are doing that they're watching. So you can do invites on social media to your next challenge group. You can do invites to when this coach trainee, you can do an invite for next month and be like, our new coach training starting in a week. I'm looking for 5 new moms, women who are interested in getting started, something like that. The WooFoo accounts are awesome. I mean, if you're new and that freaks you out about doing an application, don't think that's something you have to do right now. Just things that you could be writing down. You might want to look at later on. But personal inviting is where it's at. Personal messages. I use voice messenger on Facebook all the time, constantly, because when they hear your voice, they can make so much more of a connection with you versus hiding behind your computer and typing it out. So get over that fear and send a voice message to people. If you've been talking to them, then shoot them a message. Let them hear your voice if it's somebody you've never talked to other than through social media. All right, last thing, things not to do. Do not spam in groups or on your Facebook page. When I go to your Facebook page, I should not see pictures of Autumn and the containers or a big bag of Shakeology picture. I'm talking about the stock photos, that the Beachbody pictures. That is spamming. That is being salesy. Totally salesy. You can do pictures of you and maybe holding the containers, or you can do a picture of you, you know, making your Shakeology. That's okay. That's different than just like a stock picture, because people can't relate to that. And when they see those, they immediately think, oh, she's selling that. Because what do you guys do when you see those pictures? You probably think the same thing from other companies. When you see them all flooding your news feed, you're probably thinking the same thing. So when you are posting, like, stop and think, okay, are people going to like this? Is this going to motivate, inspire, answer a question? So I always say post with value, add something for them. So you'll kind of learn to get in a routine with posting, like when are good times to post and that kind of stuff during the training too. But just remember, just if it feels like you're being salesy, then you probably are. So don't do it. Don't private message people that you just added and ask them to join a challenge group. Like, you've never taken any initiative whatsoever to learn anything about them, and you just send them a message, hey, do you want to join my challenge group? Like, that's way icky. Way. Nobody wants to get a message like that, and you don't even know if they would even be interested. The cold market script that we have words it in a way it's not icky. It like makes it so much better. And like I said, I'm not a script girl, so it worked. The other thing about the don't spam in groups, like, don't join like Facebook groups. Don't ever make a group and add people to it without asking them. That's a huge no-no. I absolutely despise when other things do that. It makes me crazy. We do not do that. So don't ever add people to a group without asking them if they want to be a part of that group. What's the last thing? Don't give too much info, like you are like barfing Beachbody all over them. So when somebody asks you a question, well, what is it that you're doing? Keep it simple. Give them a little bit of info, then ask them a question. Then they'll ask you something, or they'll answer that question and maybe ask something else. You want to continue your conversation, but if you like explode all of everything about Beachbody because you're excited because somebody's asking, I totally get it. I used to do it all the time. I also used to post my website like all over my page too when I first started. That's a huge no-no. You want to just make sure you're keeping it very simple. So if somebody says, well, what exactly do you do as a coach? Oh, well, you know, I run online virtual accountability groups and just help people with health and fitness. That's it. Then you can ask a question. So keeping things simple, you know, helps your conversation to keep going. And you can find out why they're asking, you know, why do they want to know? Okay, so that is all I had for that. So I'll pull it back up. And if anybody has questions, there's things in the chat. If anybody has questions, or any of my leaders on that want to add anything, just unmute. You can just right click and you can unmute. Well, I'm reading these questions. Another girl just messaged asking if there was a way to get Shaco cheaper than 130. Okay.
That was meant for me.
Okay. I was like, what?
But I mean, it is true. And Autumn was just put up in your group. She's like, you know, should I do an affordability group for Shakeology? And the bottom line comes down to, when you talk to people, you have to be connected to their why. They need to be connected with their why. And money isn't a factor when it comes down to knowing that somebody's going to pull for them. And you're going to be that person that's not going to give up on them. And just go out and make friends, because Elisa says it's real time. She's like, I feel salesy. So I laughed when you said that. And I'm like, you feel salesy than you are. You know, just become a friend, because your best friend, when you want her to try Shaco, you'd be like, you have to try this. This is working. I love it. And she'll be like, okay, do it.
Right.
And that's the bottom line.
Right.
You know, when you're talking to a stranger, not necessarily going to get that response. They're going to be skeptical, and they should be.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But yeah, if you aren't jumping down trying to make this sell, then, and you're taking the time to go through those questions, then they aren't going to feel that from you. So that is, you just kind of have to like take a step back sometimes, because when you kind of get somebody that's, you know, asking you questions, you do get excited. You're like, oh my gosh, okay, they like want to know more. So then you like explode it. And then you're like, oh crap, too much, and they're gone. So, you know, just keep it very simple. And, you know, that's another reason why I do like the cold market script, because it like makes the process really easy for our new coaches. And you don't feel like, okay, what do I say now? Oh gosh, now what do I say? It gives that to you to really kind of follow like a little system. Now I take out the price in the email that you can send to people. And since most of you, you know, if you're new coaches right now, you need to understand, you might want to open up like a new email just for getting emails from people. That's huge. Make sure you are finding a way to collect emails from people, because, you know, what if Facebook disappears from us? You have to have another way that you can connect and, you know, reach all these people that you've started talking to. All right. Does anybody have any questions about anything, or anybody want to add anything?
You know what? I'll add one thing. Just
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
I know personally when I first started that knowing how, like what Jamie's saying, not jumping down anyone's throat, like, oh my God, we all screwed that up in the beginning, because you do get so excited. I mean, we've all been there. So what I started doing with my team, and I don't know whose team everybody's on, but what you could do is ask your upline to share like a snippet of a conversation that they've had with their customers, to give you a sample of, you know, Jamie does give us scripts, but it's different with every person. So I'll grab like a screenshot of a conversation I had with a customer, or a person rather, I should not say a customer, a person that I just met from my Facebook page, and the back and forth 10 times, not mentioning Beachbody, getting to know them so that they have another idea of how I'm talking to somebody. So if you're stuck in that sense, or if you really don't know what to say, ask your upline, or, you know, your sponsor coach, whoever, somebody close to you, what to do, because if you can get that down pat, it makes a huge difference in the relationships you're going to build. So I just wanted to point that out to you guys.
Yes. Thank you, Jamie. What are good personal development books with like connecting with people? My brain's fried today. Can you think of any?
Connecting with people. Yeah, you're just like my brain.
Sorry.
But I always recommend, I just even said this to Autumn, I recommend going on YouTube, Handling Objections Like a Pro. It was from Coach Summit in 2014 in Vegas. It's Mike Ryan and Tommy Migrant. I have listened to every single call they've done, and they do role playing, which is what's great with Jamie saying, because they're like, oh, it's too expensive. And they'll say, well, how much do you think it costs? Or I don't have time for that. Well, how much time do you think it takes? And they go back and forth with it. And they actually even help us realize that we might be making the objection for other people. So that's how Handling Objections Like a Pro from Summit in 2014. And it's an hour long, and it's worth every minute of your time watching it, whether you're a seasoned coach or a new coach.
Yes. Like I said, guys, I mean, coming into this, you don't have to wait for your coach to tell you exactly what to do. I didn't. I went and figured it out. Like, I wanted to make things happen, so I took initiative and I made things happen. If I needed to find how to set up a challenge group or how to do something on Facebook, I went and found out, you know. Don't let things like that like hold you back from doing things. You know, don't think that you're not going to do something right. I have messed up like anything possible that you can mess up. I have. So don't think you have to be perfect. Don't compare yourself to any other coach in this business, because that does absolutely nothing. So crucial conversations. Is Erin? Where are you? I lost you. Oh, you're like fuzzy.
It's a book that I read on communicating.
Ah, thank you. Do you know the author of that?
Yeah, I actually had to pull it up because I couldn't remember the name. Patterson. It's got a few authors. Carrie Patterson, Joseph Grenny.
Okay.
Oh, it's that Big Al. Oh, that's the author of the book that I just finished.
Oh, okay, awesome. Oh, okay. How to win friends and influence people. Yeah, sorry, kid.
It's one of the best books I ever listened to, and it's so long that you can listen to a couple of anecdotes and be good for the whole day.
Yeah.
So that 10 minutes of PD a day, you don't really need to read an entire book, because you're better off to take what you've learned and apply it.
Implement.
Because you could read like Darren Hardy, be like, tell me the 3 books you read over and over again versus 32 that you don't remember.
Right. Yeah. Implementing, taking, like, when you get off of here, and if you've been taking notes, like the next thing you kind of need to do is be like, okay, what did I just learn from this, and what do I need to apply like tomorrow? So let me give you a call to action, and then we'll hop off here. So the first thing I said I wanted you guys all to do was really dig in, figure out what that big why is. And no, it is not helping people. That's a given. You're a coach. What is your big, strong why? And then number 2, figure out what personal development you need most. Now, I'm kind of one of those, I believe in personal development and professional development, because I think it's important to do both. I need personal development for my crazy life and all the things we deal with in life. I need things for confidence and that kind of stuff too. So, I do my daily devotional, and then I listen to something that is, something that's going to help me with things going on in my life. But then I also have professional development. Like, I'm just starting the magic of thinking big. Why have I not done that one yet? I don't know, but I am. So, I've always got a book. I listen to a lot of audio. I know they say like 10 minutes, but I do more because I need more. And when I'm having those rough days, I'll do a lot more, because it is, guys, this business is about making yourself better. Because when you've made yourself better, you can help so many more people. And it is a journey for sure. So, all right, any other questions, anything before we hop off here? It did record, so if you guys had anybody that couldn't get on, I'll be able to put it in the group too. So hopefully that helped. Yes. Oh, you've read that one, Holly? Oh, why have I not? I was like looking through my books. I'm like, why have I not read that yet? So anybody else? Did I miss anything? Okay, I think we're good. All right, guys, thank you so much for hopping on. It's good to see all your faces. Happy to see everybody in. So anytime you guys have questions or anything, this is the training. Ask. Don't be scared to ask for help. Now's the time to really jump in, dive in, stay present. 2 weeks. Stay present. All right, guys. Have an awesome night. I'll talk to you guys all later.